It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I am all out of gum.
Respect my authority!
Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel, everybody. How are you guys doing? What's up, noob mother? Hope you're well. Right, I was hoping we were gonna get to play Battlegrounds a bit early, but apparently not. We're gonna have to wait till later today. So instead, I am just going to go and grab a few points in arena to get the 30 units here, and then we'll see what we do, and then we'll figure out what else. We're just going to wing it. Can go and try and test out a few things. If I'm being shady again, Katie, not 100% sure it isn't a bug, but to me it's right now the points in the upcoming BG solo event. Points reduced by 33% using energy. So 9. Ooh, are they? Are there? Is there an upcoming event? Let's take a look at that. Solo events. Oh, look at that. We're getting some of these shards now. Still not enough for a crystal. Did they change? One second. So Dennis, Bugman, Nafi, Noob Mother. Is the rest of the rewards same? Yes. How to get points? How to get points? Let's compare with season 2 changes. Okay, following on season 3. Here we go. Hey, what's up, JJ? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Hair is a bit messy today, but okay. Energy. Alliance event objectives versus solo event. Energy. Match 1750. Match complete 375. Yep. Yep. It is shady. It's gonna be worth to make a video about this. The Battlegrounds is gonna go live. When is the event meant to go live? 9 hours. 9 hours 28. Okay. So 6 PM. Okay. We'll make a video on that for sure. And Alliance event. Check out the rewards. See, more or less the same, I think. More or less the same. Can do Titania or Wiccan. Are they even good on Awakened? I think Wiccan needs Awakening more than Titania, so for the time being I would go Titania instead. Okay, energy 20, 40, 40, 753, 75. Alliance event is the same, yeah. Solo event I have reduced. Predictions with for Cyber Weekend? Yeah, I guess I'll make one this week, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, Kabam is being shady indeed. They reduce the points you get using energy by 50%. Doing IQ crunching? No, this wasn't IQ. This was this event. Solo event for Battlegrounds. How to get points. They have reduced the points you get using energy by 50%. It used to be 750 for win and 375 for completing a match. And well, it's less now. Well, it is a less now. So, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have to talk about it in a video. Shady, shady, shady. I like how we did get full details for Season 3, but this somehow conveniently was not mentioned. Big brain money plays, yeah. I think already Elder's Marks giving 6 time points was already too big of an increase. I think it should have been like 3 times as many points. I think, because, you know, effectively using Elder's Marks is kind of like using Nitros or a boost, you know. And I think, you know, the idea, concept behind it, not that I'm super in favor for it, but, you know, kind of makes sense. But I just always thought that 6 is already too much. 9 is gonna be way too much. And now it also doesn't make sense, because previously they, at the very least, had kind of balanced it out in a sense that if you spend 30 units on an energy refill, you could earn the same amount of points as you if you do spend 30 units on Elder's Marks. You know, the unit cost was equally balanced. To a point where Elder's Marks effectively, if you were to, let's say if you were to purchase either energy refills or Elder's Marks, you ultimately end up with opportunities for same amount of points. Obviously with Elder's Marks it was kind of like gambling a bit more, because you either win, you know, and get a shit ton of points. That would mean like you won like 6 matches in a row, or you lose, and it would mean like you lose 6 matches in a row with energy. But ultimately it was like the same unit value in Elder's Marks and energy refills, and now it isn't anymore. So yeah, I am not a fan. I'm not happy with this at all. What's up, Nick? How are you doing? What's up, Mikos? Are we doing great? Is Misty Knight worth undupe? Yeah, Misty Knight does not need to be duped at all. Misty Knight's duped ability is one of the most useless duped abilities in the game. So, if you like Misty Knight, and if she is worth ranking to you, then duped or unduped makes absolutely no difference. Yes. Maybe that's because we get energy for free. Well, we get Elder's Marks for free as well. You know. I'm just saying. We do get them Elder's Marks for free too. But yeah, what's up, everybody? I didn't say hello to you. What's up, James? Akash? Will predicting to for Odin. I think it could be 2. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, here's my prediction, and again, I might be overestimating it a bit, but I think these offers will open like actual floodgates to rank 4s, because let's face it, plenty of people have a shit ton of rank 4s, and I wouldn't be surprised even if we see a rank 3 to 4 gem, or 2 tier 3 elves and 2 tier 6 basic. 2 tier 3 elves, 2 tier 6 basic is actually kind of my prediction. Is Odin defended? No, not really. Yeah, you will be able to use units on Cyber Weekend. Billy, Marsha. Yeah, well, BGs, yeah, well, I mean, it depends. BGs will get harder after Cyber Weekend if you don't get Cyber Weekend stuff. And yeah, so what I'm thinking is it is going to be 2 tier 3 alphas, 2 tier 6 basics, or it is going to be a flat out rank 3 to 4 rank up gem. That's what I think. You get max from everything on Cyber Weekend. I think about 4 rank 4s. 4 or 5, I think it's gonna be. Depending what's in Odin's. I think it could be that Odin's give you the 3, or Odin's and everything else give you 3 rank 4s maybe. and then there are 2 rank 4s in Unideals, something like that. I think something of the sort. It's gonna be in, I think, 4 or 5 rank 4s in those offers. In which case, hello rank 4 Korg sassy thing and man thing, just to make people unhappy with me. It's like Cyber Weekend, you know, my defense before Cyber Weekend, kind of like that skinny dog, and my BG defense after Cyber Weekend, like the big tough doggo. Something changed about BGs? Yes, something did change about BGs. The reduced points you get by using energy by 50% in solo event. Seemingly. How many from just units? Well, I think it's gonna be less than cash, because it pretty much always is less than cash. But we'll see. The thing about unit deals again is I think we're gonna have that star thing. Should I rank for CG or wait for Hercules? I would probably wait for Hercules. Alliance BG points, yeah, for energy is the same. So I don't know why they changed the solo event. I'll make a video on that change after the stream. Top Manny Sync, I think. Ah, it's butchered, it's fine. Don't let me video predictions. Brings a lot of clicks. Yeah, I know, I should. It's not the type of video I particularly enjoy making, but it's the type of video that everybody wants me to make. One of those ones. You know, some videos I make for me, some videos I make for you guys, some videos I like, you know, some videos are for both. These prediction videos are definitely kind of for you. Doing well, just said that I didn't get a single unit from my past. Oh, sorry to hear that. I haven't opened my battle chip in a file. What's up, Greed? Feel like Thronebreaker is going to get shaft again? Probably. Like, here's the thing. And here's the thing that I don't understand. And you're like, absolutely not. I'm not trying to be mean here. If you're a Thronebreaker, why the fuck are you not focusing on becoming Paragon? Because if you care about these offers, yeah, if you care about any offers at all, cash or unit offers, you sure as shit could have used those resources to become Paragon. Likely ages ago. And especially people who say Thronebreakers are gonna get the shaft again. It means you have been Thronebreaker for more than one of these this offer cycle. My question is, why aren't you Paragon? Thronebreakers will get the shaft. Guarantee that. And Thronebreakers will get the shaft in the next offers, and the next offers, and the next offers, and the next offers, and the next offers. And every single offers that are gonna come out from this point and forwards, Thronebreakers are gonna get the shaft. That's the more time passes, the shittier by comparison Thronebreaker offers are gonna become. And there is a very simple answer to that. But if you have been Thronebreaker for an entire year, surely you have had time to be Paragon. Okay, let me... Okay, it's not... Okay, we all play the game at different paces, different speeds, different commitment levels. I get that. And I'm not trying to have a go at anybody who's not Paragon or something like that. Absolutely not. My question is, why would you accumulate units or save up cash to buy what you will know to be inferior version of offers, when you could use that units or cash or time or effort to try and become Paragon, and then from that point forward be Paragon and get the better offers? It's kind of like, you know, I'm baffled by people who's like, oh, I want to know what the Cav offers will be. I saved up 10,000 units. If you're a Cavalier player and you have 10,000 units, you must have been beaten with a fucking, I don't know, plank of wood as a child not to realize that you're better off using those 10,000 units to try and become Thronebreaker and eventually Paragon, and then accumulate units to buy the better offers. No? And again, I understand that people play at different times. There's nothing wrong with being Cavalier. There's nothing being wrong with Thronebreaker. But it makes absolutely zero sense to play this game for offers rather than for the sake of playing game. Now, what I mean is, like, why do you play the game? To progress. And to play and beat things. And stuff like that. Yeah, but you say you could not make Paragon in time, yet at the same time, you care about what is going to be in these offers. Which means you have access to money or units that you could have easily used to speed up your progression. Which means, again, you might be doing Act 7 slowly whenever you get the energy, or you could have used 1,000 of those units to buy energy refills and speed up the progression. Or you could have used, you know, $50 to buy 1,450 units, buy energy refills and revives to speed up your progression. And again, that is perfectly fine with playing game whatever way you want to play. I completely agree with that. And there's nothing wrong with playing slower, but there is something wrong, in my opinion, with understanding that you're playing game at your own pace, understanding that Thronebreaker is not Paragon, understanding that all the offers in the game are tiered, and then still complaining that you're not getting good enough offers if you're not the highest progression. It's one of these things. I know for years in and years out, Kabam has given much shittier offers to every other progression level except the highest. I'm fully aware of that. I'm fully aware of the fact that, you know, I'm playing slower. Maybe I play 30 minutes a day. Fully aware that I am not in the highest progression level, but I still feel entitled enough to get as good offers as if I played 3 hours a day and was Paragon 3 years ago. And again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being Cavalier. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being Thronebreaker. There's absolutely nothing wrong with playing the game however you want to play that game. Yeah, but again, you couldn't do it in time. That's a fact of life. Unfortunately, sometimes you, I don't know, oversleep, wake up early, try to rush, and you miss the train. But you missed the train. Are you gonna be pissed off at the train that it departed on time? Are you gonna be pissed off at the train that it does what it's supposed to do, what it has done for months in and months out? Or are you gonna be upset with yourself or whatever other circumstances that you didn't make it on the train? Whose fault is it? Sometimes it's no one, sometimes it's life. But you can't really expect anybody to feel sorry or the fact that, you know, you missed the train. It's not the train's fault, you know. Kabam has invented or introduced these progression levels with a purpose. One of the biggest purposes is to differentiate the offers. I don't think it was Mike Obama. I don't think it's all night tangent. I'm not trying to do a tangent. It's just, and this isn't meant to be specifically at you, Bobby, as well, at all. And if you feel personally attacked or offended, you know, please don't be, because this is the conversation we have every time around when the offers come. You know, I have $300 to spend, but I'm cavalier. It's like, if you have $300 to spend, then fucking spend it on stop being a cavalier. You know, it's, again, it's not specifically for you. And yeah, sometimes you miss, you know, the deadline. Sometimes you don't become, you know, progression level, whichever you want, on time. And, you know, things happen, life happens. At the same time, it is exactly what's happened. It's exactly what's going to happen. That lower progressions get worse offers in this game. Just the way the game works. Whether you like it, whether I not. It has happened. It's not exactly going to be, you know, a shock when Thronebreaker offers are, you know, half as bad. Paragon ones. Half worse. And it can be unfortunate, and it can suck. But ultimately, I think that's also like a problem where the game has encouraged people to go. And a lot of people, unfortunately, play this game from a big offer event to a big offer event, rather than playing the game from progression level to progression level, and then big offer events happen. Like, I have genuinely, you know, spoken to people who are Cav or Thronebreaker, who played the game for a very long time, and they basically, you know, grind arena, save up their units for every kind of new sales event that comes, and every event they complain that the offers are not good enough, and, you know, they either don't buy them or they do buy them, but and then so often they waste those units on like chasing a champion and then start saving again, instead of actually using those units to progress. Hey, what's up, RY? How are you doing? Then over the way. And yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. You know, EOP sucks, generally makes the rest of the game worse for me. Even Kavi keeps pissing me off. Why is Kavi keep pissing you off? Not Paragon, because 2 times 3 to 4 tech damn. Best tech, unduped Hellbuster. Well, you can rank up that unduped Hellbuster. And what's up, Herbie? Yeah, Kabam reduced points in solo event. And which Mystic will be the best for Season 3 BGs? I'm kind of trying to determine that myself. I kind of think that potentially Man-Thing and potentially Sasquatch could be quite problematic. But they are always problematic. But I'm trying to figure out which champions to take the rank for. I think Ebony Maw could be very annoying in the week 4 node. Zone collected in March and I went for Cavalier as soon as I had the OP was talking about. Push Thronebreaker. Yeah, well, that's kind of like, you know, that's the point, is like, offers are meant to be a tool for some to progress to the next progression level. Nothing else. Offers not meant to be a way you kind of like identify the game with. Yeah, weekend is quite fragile. That is absolutely true. So BDBL. While you're being Paragon, it's very, very high. If you need to spend 10,000 units to do it, you know, it's worth doing it. In a sense, like if you want to get it like done quickly and stuff like that. There is a tremendous benefit in being Paragon, especially if you're somebody who infrequently spends on offers, for instance. But even if you're not, even if you're a casual player, there is a tremendous value in being Paragon. Might not immediately be apparent, but it all adds up. What is the week 4 node again? It's the root one and kinetic transference. So take up more. More would be quite cool. I have a rank 4 my fist already. BG is finally here today, yes. Also having duped to make sentinel, would you rank both? Yeah, I would rank up both for Paragon. You know why, Traveler? Because you will eventually... Because A, both of those champions are playable and usable. Unduped, definitely. Being Paragon is very useful. And, you know, 6-star gems are becoming more and more common. Yeah, Scorpion with Archangel is very easy. Absolutely. Omega Sentinel and... Yeah, Omega Sentinel is great for that Scorpion fight as well. Mumu is probably going to be very good in that week, yes. Does Hulkling need to be awakened? No, not necessarily. Hulkling, even unawakened, is well worth ranking up. But yeah, like Hulkbuster's dupe isn't really that important. You can get virtually all of the offensive purpose of Hulkbuster unduped. And Omega Sentinel dupe is nice. Dupe does help. But again, 6-star awakening gems are becoming more common. If you're gonna spend any units on Cyber Weekend, any meaningful amounts of units on Cyber Weekend, I can practically guarantee you that there's gonna be like a 6-star generic gem. And yeah, there's gonna be like, you know, more of them coming. Rapid firing these questions and comments. I see. Well, I do try my best to answer as many of you as I can. I can't always answer everybody, but I do try. For you, Korg, or Think a priority? Thing. I think Thing would be the priority SIG, because Korg, even at a relatively high SIG, is still very dangerous. But with Thing, there is a significant difference. Because here's the unspoken truth about Korg. 9 times out of 10 you're going to place Korg in defense. He's not going to detonate any of the damage back. Because somebody's going to use champion with energy attacks, like Dr. Doom or something, or somebody's going to use Bishop and, you know, just going to do the light attack thing. And 9 times out of 10, Korg is not going to do any damage with his SIG. It is important to have him high SIG, because if opponent realizes that your Korg is low SIG, they immediately have way more options for that fight. And yeah, I am keeping personally my Korg in mid-sig kind of just because of that. Because if he does throw any damage back, then, you know, it's still noticeable. SIG is high enough for opponent not to be able to do the fight with any random champion. But he's not like super high SIG for him to stick out too often, if that makes sense. Can Guillotine 99 work for Scorp? Guillotine 99 can work for Scorp. It's not an easy thing to pull off initially until you get like 100 combo, but she can. You do need to be quite good at that fight. It's probably gonna take several attempts. Yeah, what's up, Big Girl? This whole month EOP didn't feel as bad. Yeah, I agree. This whole month EOP did not feel as bad. Best counter for Mojo? Depends on what other nodes are there. But if you mean just in a vacuum, Spidey 99, Titania, you know, Human Torch. It's plenty. Do you think Mo is still worth rank 3 for BG defense? Undupe? Yes. I do think even Undupe Mo is troublesome. My prestige a bit low. Well, we don't know exactly how those matchmaking things are going to work. Juggy can do that fight, yes. Finn has a solo with Juggernaut. Finn has a solo with Juggernaut. Let me find it for you. The best one is X23. Like I soloed with X23. Rank 2 X23. No boosts, no nothing. Not even once. Fintech Juggernaut Scorpion, let me find you. There you go. Does Gala need to awaken? Yes, but he's well worth ranking up unawakened. For some matchups it really needs. For other matchups it's not that important. To do damage. Crossbones fight? I consider the blade fight the worst one, because it was just baiting out special attacks after every 3 hits. And that dimensional being objective was just bullshit. Are we at top 80 BG open? Yes, we are at top 80 BG open. You used to begin here. That was heavy after that, just a parry 3-hit combo and heavy in between. There you go. Galen hits hard out of the box. Yeah, absolutely. Is it worth to use Digisols? I'm not sure. I think I would try to use the... I'm not 100% sure. I didn't try that fight too many times. When is Battlegrounds next season starting? At 6 PM UK time today. Or in 9 hours from now. 9 hours from now. When you get old, if I see a need for Surfer and Human Torch to go rank 4, just need TS6 based on P3 Alpha, so working on 100% Act 8. Well, get it done then, lads. Get it done. Less chatting, more chopping. Yeah, I was such a BG's addict, I was checking whether it's gonna come out now, and I was like restarting my game and stuff like that. But yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know what you mean. Blade was annoying, but not as many. Oh no, I think Blade was by far the worst one, personally. With that stupid object. Okay, let me explain. I don't think the Blade was necessarily the hardest fight, but it was definitely the most tedious, most boring, most annoying, rage-inducing bullshit fight. That is what I think. Like, fuck that Blade fight. I hope I never see anything like that again. I hate that node as well, where they use a special attack and then end up with basically the same amount of power or more power before they do. Yeah, that node, screw that. Screw that thing. DOP fights got switch masters for. I bet. Is it a problem, BGs? Everything gets pushed aside for BGs? Yeah, kind of. Well, it's also only natural in a sense because BGs is the new kid on the block. And, you know, it's only natural that they get more attention. We have Eric coming in with $2 and Bugman. I love the way you stream truthful and to the point
Eric
with notice. Thank you, Bugman. I appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, like, I'm often doing myself a disservice because I definitely have as many people who watch my streams.
I love the way your stream's truthful and to the point with no BS.
That's Jordani and Dinar, I think. But as many people that do watch my streams, there are at least, I would say, 2 or 3 people for each of the persons here that who have stopped watching my streams because I have said something that they do not like or agree with. And not necessarily the best way possible. And I'm at fault there. Sometimes I am too abrupt. Sometimes I'm too dry. And I come off perhaps in a wrong manner. And I'm conscious of that. And I'm always trying to work on it. It's one of those things that's kind of like very double-edged. Some people really like it and many people can't really handle it at all. And, you know, and especially in this day and age, if you disagree with somebody, you're basically insulting their ancestors, you know. And that's outrageous. And you're either an ist or a phobe or just a horrible human being for not immediately validating somebody's concerns or feelings. And unfortunately, it's the way it is. My channel could have been much bigger than it is today if I had put on more fake smiles, if I had, you know, engaged in more fake pleasantries. And I definitely would be more viewed. If I would be more fake, like unfortunately many of the content creators are, including MCOC space. There are so many of the people who you see them lying. You see them saying things that they do not believe in. And yet people love them and people engage with them and people think that they are, you know, awesome and stuff like that. you see people saying that, you know, this new champion is the hottest shit in the world, and then they, and here is the way you know how they're lying. They are often competitive players. A new champion comes out and they say, this champion is fucking amazing, look at all the synergies, this is so cool, this is so fun, this is so effective. A champion comes out and these top tier players spend no effort in trying to acquire these champions. That is, you know, a litmus test. When you have a person who hypes up virtually every champion that comes out, or 9 out of 10 champions that come out, and then they don't chase them, they then don't rank them, they don't pursue them. Why? Because they know that they're under, you know, average. Maybe they're not the worst piece of shit, but, you know, they're nothing special. But they still will make the next video lying to you again.
People are too weak these days.
And then you see, like, you know, when something really good comes out, they open $1,000 worth of House crystals for them, or grind arena for them, or pull those champions and immediately rank for them, you know. Those are the champions where they actually meant it. But they say exactly the same things basically for virtually every champion. And people refuse to think. And it's like, oh yeah, you know, this Comrade is awesome, he's always so positive. Oh, I'd rather not watch this negative guy, you know. Because for him, 8 out of 10 champions, you know, are mediocre or not worth it. And then, you know, only couple good videos or positive videos come out. It's like, yeah, because that's the factual reality. This entire game out of 200 plus champions revolves around 30 realistically, and then there's another 50 that are kind of like dealer's choice. But yeah, thank you very much, Aaron. People are too weak this day. This is a fun channel. We love you. You're awesome. Thank you, Aaron. But yeah, so people have chosen not to think and you know, ignore blatant lies and exaggerations in order for a fake smile, because it makes them feel better. Okay, Eric, what's your line? Let's check out your line. Ooh, Wiccan and Valkyrie. And for this feature, no Quicksilver, and I don't like it. I don't have Quicksilver either, my friend. So we are Quicksilverless, both of you, me and you. But hey, congratulations on Wiccan and Valkyrie. Wiccan, I think, definitely needs to be duped though. On rank 3 Stealth Suit or Black Widow Deadly Origins. I personally prefer Black Widow Deadly Origins, and overall in Act 7 and Act 8, Black Widow Deadly Origins definitely has been more useful to me. However, Stealth Suit has gotten some amazing synergies recently, so there's some argument there too. Any Cyber Weekend predictions? Yeah, I'll make some soon. Well, another good thing I find with you in regards to new champs, if you don't like them in the beginning, but later on you see their value beyond that, you say, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the entire point. And that's also how I preface my videos. I have very little information, these are my initial impressions, you know, and things change. When am I going to open more 6-star features? Well, I have been opening more 6-star features kind of like off screen as I get them, but at the moment, I think I'm going to save them for a bit. The rank 3 Hawkeye. I already have a rank 3 Hawkeye, I think. Oh yeah, Surfer is fucking awesome. But here's the thing, again. A lot of the Surfer disappointment just came because we expected better. And, you know, I do think Surfer should have more in his kit. Few more, like, you know, bits. But Surfer is very, very, very good. And also another reason with Surfer was that it wasn't necessarily that we underestimated him as badly. It was much more that the game grew to demand Surfer's kit. When Surfer came out, most of the things that we do with Surfer now and use Surfer for didn't exist, or he was unnecessary for. But all of a sudden we saw many more nodes with, you know, energy adoption. We saw many more nodes with, you know, these shocker incinerator cults and damage. Battlegrounds didn't exist, which, you know, hugely helped Surfer. we just kind of got, like, that is ultimately what also defines whether a champion is good or not, is how he connects with content. And when Surfer came out, the content wasn't really there yet for him. So it is quite likely that, you know, if we receive a new Surfer today, for instance, and there is no content for him, I'll still say that he's kind of shit. Because logically processing the information, you know, for that time, with everything happening in the game, he was kind of crap. But then over time, Kabam released new champions that Surfer is very good against. Kabam released new nodes that Surfer is very good for. Kabam released a new game mode, a new Alliance Quest map that both work with Surfer extremely well. And that in itself immediately exploded his value and his usability. Here is, again, the counterpoint is Proximo, which on paper is an extremely good champion, but she never received the content to be good in. And therefore, you know, she's not particularly valued. If, if, for instance, we didn't have damage caps in Labyrinth and Abyss, and there would be some more content where we need to do 3 million champion, opponents, and we need some specific answers, Proxima might be, regarded as one of the staples of MCOC. She could have easily been the A-gun of MCOC if she had content to do, but she doesn't. She still doesn't have any real content to shine in. And that's the thing with Surfer. Surfer got that content. In your opinion on who to rank for, Kitty, Not Awakened, or Neymar 6200? I use them both and I love them both. Just curious who you will be more useful. Overall, Kitty is definitely going to be more... Here's the thing. I would rank up Kitty if you are committed to give Kitty an Awakening Gem when you get it. That's it. You can rank up Unawakened Kitty right now, today, and then, as soon as you get a mutant or generic gem, you give it to Kitty, there's going to be no problem. Awakening gems are coming more frequently. You will see some of them, in 8.2 and stuff like that. And ultimately, there's no question that Kitty is better and more useful champion than Neymar. It's just fact. So that's what I would do. If you don't like Kitty that much, and if you don't want to give her gem, then I just go with Neymar for now. But I don't think Neymar is a great rank 4 choice. So I always want to hear your opinion first when it comes to the game. Thank you, Mikkels. The biggest example is CGR, but now you were concerned about him when he came, but look at you now. Well, yeah, again, CGR, again, those concerns are, in my opinion, still valid, because there are a lot of weaknesses to his kit and to him, but it just turns out that he gets through enough fights and enough matchups, enough node combinations for him to still function and do it very well. Pull the rocket from 6R basic, I like the buff so far. Nice, glad to hear. Literally can't keep Scorpion from getting his evade main. His specials are just too long. Yeah, so just parry and hit him while he's stunned. You want to wait. So I used my 6-star Cosmic Awakening gem on his scores, got him at Sig 175. Yeah, Server is awesome. He really is. Like, he's still one of my top 5 most used rank 4s. And I love using him. A 6-star tech gem other than Warlock, no option to put. No Ghost, Nimrod, oh wait for 6-star Warlock. It's either or. I can see Warlock benefiting from that gem, especially if you can give him 6 stones, because it's super helpful in Battlegrounds as an extra damage source and make him tougher defender. But at the same time, it depends where you're in the game. If that Awakening gem is quite valuable to you, you might as well wait. There's no reason to rush. Verdict out on the infamous Iron Man. I don't have Verdict out on the guy, because I barely have used him. I only have a rank 3 5-star, and as far as I have used him as a rank 3 5-star and some casual questing and stuff like that, I'm not overly impressed. But again, with a rank 3 5-star, I can't get a valuation on his, end game usability, for instance. So I don't know yet. I can't say confidently. At the moment, he doesn't seem like anything too special. Doesn't seem bad. He definitely doesn't seem like game-breaking must-have. So oh, what's today? It's cold and icy day. Oh yeah, it's very bad here. It's rainy, and what temperature is it here? It's like 6 degrees Celsius, and it's just nasty. It's been nasty weather here for a while. How much outscore in BG for Awakening Gem? I think it was like 700,000 in previous season for top 500, but take it with a grain of salt. It could vary and differ and change. I think it's 700,000. What was the cutoff there? If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken. I didn't particularly check up on it. I scored 1 million points, pretty much exactly, and I was like 150 something or 200 something. I don't know. It was 445 with 750. There you go. So it was about 700,000 for top 500. 2 gallant rank 4. Well, that's kind of silly, I think, right now. If you have that worry. Like, I want to rank 4 gallant, definitely. But, you know, I'd rather not rank 4 gallant this week and then cry the next week. I'd rather keep my gallant rank 3, find out whether he's getting tuned or not, and then rank him. But, oh yeah, CGI is awesome. A 6-star tech gem other than Warlock? No. Okay, I answered that one. Whom to rank for? Hercules or Hackling? Both. Hercules, in my opinion. Hercules is arguably the best champion in the game right now, all things considered. 8.2 should take out. We'll see. Well, I don't know if 8.2 is going to come out next month. There hasn't been an official beta for it yet at all, but judging by the timeline, it kind of should. So, I don't know. I really don't. Maybe. Typically, what time of the year has the best offers? Ultimately, when it comes to value for money, July 4th and Cyber... Like, here's what people kind of like... Let's say if you grade offers by their objective quality and value for money, Cyber Weekend and July 4th are both 100%. They get perfect mark. Every Cyber Weekend offer is better than the previous July 4th offer because the game progresses, you know, inflation in the game resources and stuff like that. And at the same time, every July 4th offer is better than the previous Cyber Weekend offer. And it goes on a cycle. Ultimately, both of those offers represent exactly the same value for where the game is at any given point. You understand what I mean? And what changes is these offers get basically adjusted for inflation. That's it. Cyber Weekend is basically the same as well, except that there's no unit side to it. And gifting in itself can have more stuff in it than anything else. But the problem with gifting is that it's basically no cap. But if you want the good goods, you need to have good amount of kind of like units or money to kind of like throw your hat in the ring. Gifting events are effectively an auction, where I think on average $100 will get you less than $100 gets you on Cyber Weekend, let's say. But $6,000 will get you more than anything else in the game. You know what I mean? But 1-for-1, I don't think gifting surpasses, let's say, Cyber Weekend for a moderate and low participation. If, however, on the other hand, you go crazy, then you get the best stuff. If you out knock him down because protection X23 heavy is too long. I still just throw that heavy attack, and if he evades, he basically never punishes it, James. And you know that's pretty much it. You just have that poison and you let that poison heal you because a single poison doesn't do much damage. Who do you pick for a 2021 selector between Kitty and Nimrod? BGs are important to me. I'd pick Nimrod then. Nimrod's kind of must have, like, not a must have, but if I notice that my opponent doesn't have a Nimrod, I pretty much try to ban some of the tech stuff and then go kind of mutant heavy-ish if my deck has them. Because without Nimrod and Omega Sentinel, stuff like Domino becomes an absolute nightmare and stuff like that. So I do think Nimrod's very important to have. Alliance are banning Wasp because of how broken Ghost is. Okay, that is kind of funny. Not gonna lie, that is funny. Other community Tuesday arms. What are we talking about? Oh, you mean tickets? Yeah, I don't think that is... Well, first of all, they gave ticket... Moleman was not part of balancing program. It was, you know, quote-unquote a bug fix in a sense, but it caused a massive fuss. But there wouldn't even be grounds for outrage. Here is the thing that people don't understand. The moment community didn't stood up as a whole and completely resist the balancing program, you lost all the ground to complain now if champions get tuned down. When you accepted the idea of balancing program and you're celebrating when Gore gets a tune up or something else, and something gets a tune down, you have literally no ground to stand on. Because you knew it could happen. You know what I mean? Someone in the group chat, and bro speaks a lot. Who is that? Because yeah, Kabam, you know, told you we could be doing this if we find it necessary. And then Kabam said we will be doing these things if we find them necessary. Then they said this is the time frame we are going to be doing it. And now the time frame is coming and people are like, you know, I want to rank down material so they do this. Highly doubt that I can do that. Hence, you know, I have... Oh, I shouldn't have been grinding this much in this arena. Hence, I have been saying, you know, rather, if you think of ranking up... I understand if you ranked up Galen when he came out. I do understand that. If I had gotten Galen, you know, when he initially came out, I would have ranked 14 probably. Because at the bare minimum, it would, you know, give me a busted attacker for like 3 months. It would give me a very good defender for 3 months, and that would be helpful for me in the current events, and it would be helpful for my team, and I would have done it. But to do it right now makes no sense when only thing you can, you know, ultimately you're taking like a couple of weeks, I'd say. Well, I mean, it's gonna be a bit more of it, but still. Wait, is Galen getting nerfed? We don't know whether he is or he's not. That's kind of the whole thing. Because Galen is a part of rebalance program. And if there is a champion that will get tuned down this year, it's likely gonna be Galen. And we're gonna find that out in a couple of weeks. So, you know, I'd rather find out whether he's getting changed or not, and then rank him. Oh, come on, this is stupid. What kind of AI is this? Really? Really? Finally. Solo scope with Galen. Nice. Good job, man. Good job, Eric. Okay. Would even Gore be part of balancing program, or would he be part of bot program? I mean, every new champion that comes out is part of balancing program. Ultimately, basically, there is no buff program anymore. There's just balancing program, and if they don't have much to balance, they buff something instead. That's how it looks like it's going to function from now on. So I don't really think there is a buff program active at this point, or there might be some individual buffs happening now and then, but I wouldn't call that a program anymore. Especially looking at the fact that, you know, the buffs that we are getting in like January and February are going to be like value updates to America Chavez and Iron Man Infinity War. So basically there is no buff program anymore. It's just a balancing program, and whatever spare change balancing program has in terms of time shall be added to buffing something. That's I think more realistic look at it. Well, Galen doesn't take down a 200k health pool in one special attack. That's kind of the point. But I do think that they're probably going to reduce his burst a bit, if they touch him. How fast are Apoc and Cable rank 3? For 816 completion, should I update specifically for this? Because I think as you suggest in your video. No, I just figured out different strategy or try a bit different path. In Act 8 and Act 7, there typically isn't just one easy path. There are other doable paths. So I wouldn't necessarily rank up a 5-star just to do a specific lane in Act 6 now. Because Act 6 ultimately is relatively harmless content, where all of the lanes pretty much has more than a handful of counters. I can't call that a nerf though. I really can't call that a nerf. That thing that they changed about Wiccan is basically they just put a cap on his power gains. Because it turned out if people are wicked and want to do the things hard way because it looks cool, they can make him basically, you know, invulnerable. But the problem is it requires like many minutes of ramp up, and there is not a single fight in this game where it actually makes sense doing. Hence, I don't really consider it a nerf. It's kind of like one of those things, you know, imagine if you... imagine if you can finish a fight with a champion in a minute. But instead, if you choose to, you can spend 10 minutes ramping up that champion and like Shang-Chi, and then one-shot that fight, you know, and get big pretty numbers. I mean, yeah, you can do it, but you'd be an idiot for doing it. It's kind of like with Shang-Chi. There's virtually, in theory, like there's no difference with Shang-Chi having a limit of getting 100 chi charges max from each source, or not having a limit at all, and you spending 24 hours in Realm of Legends Wolverine fight to gain 1 million Shang-Chi charges to hit the game's damage cap. It's like, you can kind of, you know, make an argument, oh, they're taking something away from him, but really, are they? It's like, are they? It's like, you only would do something like that with Wiccan in order to make a video, or in order to make a point. Like, for funnies, you know? You would never do it in any setting. Even in Abyss, you wouldn't do it. Even in a Labyrinth, you wouldn't do it. Because, like, playing Wiccan normally, you can finish that fight by the time you ramped up the way you want. You know what I mean? So, I don't even want to give any ground to people. I was like, oh, that's like Wiccan got a nerf or a slight nerf or something like that. No, he didn't. They just fixed this stupid... That's all it was, as far as I'm concerned. They quite literally just fixed the stupid. And in this case, the stupid didn't even really affect Wiccan in any in-game scenario, other than you specifically trying to showcase that in-game scenario. This went Scarlet Witch synergy, back especially since I... Nice, well, yeah, that Scarlet Witch synergy. It was fun days while it lasted. It was quite fun. Can't argue with that one. So you can fix stupid. Something changed. You can't fix stupid, but you can fix a stupid. There's a difference. You can fix, you know, one minor expression of stupidity, not the general level of intellect. If they half Galen's burst damage, will I still consider him great? No. If they half the damage, I will not consider him great, no. If they take away 10-20%, I would. Probably, but it wouldn't require testing. Of course, BGs come back when I have exams. Well, sorry for Kabam not, you know, organizing their Battlegrounds schedule in accordance to you, your highness, Dab. It's like, oh my, how dare Kabam, you know, not consult you as to when they should start the Battlegrounds season. Like, unforgivable crime from Kabam. When is new BG season? Later today, 6 PM UK time. Compensation is needed for that, evidently. Not just compensation, a public apology. I think they have dehumanized you and invalidated your existence. We need to start a new Twitter hashtag, Justice for Dab. Kabam has traumatized the poor man. Remember, silence is violence. If you do not speak out on this, you're effectively supporting it. Remember, guys, silence is violence. If we don't see hashtag Justice for Dab in your Twitter bios, you're an ist and a phobe, and you're a horrible human being. And make sure that you let everybody know that they are horrible humans. Who is Dab? No, Dab is our latest poster child, on whose back we will solicit millions of donations and buy new houses. Simple. Dab is our new poster child for justice. We're gonna open a GoFundMe. And then I'm gonna get rich. Justice for Dab. Exactly, there you go. Thanks for the support. You're very welcome, man. We are allies. Remember that. We are your allies. Using Massacre when hitting into the opponent, the bat gets ignited and you finish a 5-hit combo. What's the fast way to get special 2 into block? Dash back and wait. In aggressive AI, it's to do 4 hits, wait slowly, and just shoot your block. Well, I'm gonna use the time machine. Good night. Alright. That is nature's time machine, isn't it? It really is. It is stream. I've been a routine for me in the morning, waking up, then makes coffee and watching. Oh, I pretty much do the same. I wake up, make my coffee, and I start stream. Why force relics on us since you can do content like that? Why force relics on us? I'm gonna. Why force relics on us? Well,
I can answer that for money.
I'll answer that question for money. And ironically, the answer is money. Thanks to see playing gameplay. Yeah, it is 4 hits. It's typically 4 hits. You can do it with like Hulkbuster too. But it only works on like advanced AIs. On like retard AIs, it doesn't work. It doesn't work on like Realm of Legends AI and much of arena AIs and stuff like that. How long BG lasts? 4 weeks. And most objective is actually just a revive dump. Wow. Tell it to the man who soloed it. Yeah, I know what you mean. Thunderbolt's objective is kind of stupid. I agree. But it's not anywhere close as stupid as dimensional being objective. Does Nimrod need high sig? I mean, it helps. Like, even in medium sig, he's amazing. But the difference with low sig Nimrod and a super high sig Nimrod is this. Unduped or low sig Nimrod is an amazing mutant killer. Max sig rank 4 Nimrod is awesome against majority of the champions that aren't shock immune. Because even in stuff like Battlegrounds, you can just like level 1 and level 2 virtually everybody. There is a way to play Nimrod. I can show in like a generic fight. But you can basically use Nimrod against every opponent, let's say. And get very, very good results. Yeah, so... Well, not every opponent, obviously. But, you know, a whole bunch of the opponents. I know, you can go up against something that's moderately difficult. Let's go. So, when you bring in let's bring in like a 4-star Nimrod. At whatever rank I have him. Where's the Nim? Oh, look at that. I got an unranked Shuri. That means I have something to do for level up. Completely forgot. Okay, so the way you do Nimrod against generic opponents, you do parry, medium, light, mediums. Parry, medium, light, medium. Parry. 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 Okay, I messed up. No, I didn't mess up. I made it in time. Haha. And you activate your level 1 when your phases are about to shift, because then you gain both benefits. You gain the energize and energy vulnerability, and by doing so you basically, you know, gain extra charges and gain both of the benefits from level 1, which includes a big energize. Keep in mind the duration of that energize. Oh, you fucker. Here, normally the fight would be over in Battlegrounds at this point, because this guy just does not know what a level 2 is, apparently. What the fuck? Okay, anyways, the point that I was trying to make it. You use level 1 when your phase is about to shift, yeah? And then normally you can build up to your level 2 whilst you have energize active and whilst you have... You can try this thing again. I don't know, that always can go and F itself. And like, I'm serious, what the fuck was that? And I don't know, let's go beat up a Joe, fix it. Alright, so let's use the 4-star. Against non-mutants, it depends on the fight. So what you do is parry light mediums, parry light mediums, and parry, 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 and then use level 1 as your phase are about to shift. You see, I got up to 10 charges here already. That means I have my energize buff and I'm ready to go in my eradicate protocol. And yeah, now he whatever drops his level 2, that's fine. And I can get to my level 2 whilst energy vulnerability is active, whilst energize active, and look at that damage. And rotation like that will goddamn near kill most of your opponents in Battlegrounds if you have a rank 4 6200 Nimrod, and that's quick and that's effective. And then if need be, obviously you can just drop your second level 2 when you're in correct phase and the fight will be over. Yeah, except now that we have 2 weaknesses, it kind of sucks. Whatever. But yeah, that would have been pretty much over. So Nimrod, and that's the difference, because his SIG ability not only increases the potency of Energize, which means Energize gives you more power per hit, it only increases the duration of that Energize. And if you are at max SIG, in an average fight, you can quite freely, in an average fight, you can quite freely make it to your level 2. With that Energize and Energy Vulnerability active. And again, Energy Vulnerability not only becomes more potent, it lasts longer. And if you have a low SIG Nimrod, again, you're going to be doing less damage on your level 2 with your shocks. You're going to be doing less damage on every hit because your Energy Vulnerability is going to be less potent. And often it's going to fall off before you get level 2 and you're not going to be able to bank on it. Right? So that's kind of like the difference. Whereas low SIG Unawakened Nimrod is amazing, pretty much the best in game at annihilating mutant champions. But he's kind of too slow for pretty much any other nonchalant casual fight. Or at the very least, he's significantly slower. High SIG Nimrod, on the other hand, can still finish vast majority of the fights in like under a minute. That's kind of the difference. And also, even on defense, for instance, when you fight against Nimrod, your Unstoppable lasts longer, and your Energized lasts longer, so he's also somewhat harder to fight against. So that's why. So, you know, that's the deal with Nimrod SIG. It's how much you like him, what do you want to do with him. Special 3 doesn't even give you burst damage when using Red Hulk. Die too fast. Yep. Yep. No point in using those special slots with Red Hulk. Yeah, I know. It's quite annoying. That entire Scorpion Thunderbolt objective is quite annoying, yes. Any predictions for Cyber Weekend offers? Yes, they'll be good if you're Paragon. If you're Thronebreaker or lower, they'll probably suck. That's prediction number 1. Prediction number 2, it's probably going to give you 4 or 5 new rank 4s, most likely. Prediction number 3, we will not see 7-star shards in them. Prediction number 4, we will see relic crap in them. Prediction number 5, there will be no 2022 selector in it. I know a lot of people have been asking about it. I'll make a video on that. I will. Probably. Because everybody's asking me. I kind of have to make a video on that. I might as well just level up that shooty and stuff. Whilst you guys can ask your questions before I go and finish up the stream. Because there's no Battlegrounds and life is unfair. There is no Battlegrounds and life is unfair. Whatever. Let's level up that 3-star Shuri. There we go. Let's get those 25 units. Should I rank up Null Unawakened? What for? Again, it's always a question. Why do you want to rank up the champion? What do you plan on doing with him? That is a question you should ask every single time before you think about ranking anything. No, I did not already level up my 4-star one. I will do it now. Okay? Alright, whatever. Go ahead. Pew 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 pew. Libros, then you need the dupe. I mean, ideally, yeah. It makes better. But even on dupe, she's alright. There will be 2020 selector for those who buy it. Well, again, there will be no 2022 selector. A lot of people have talked about it, but here is one undisputable fact. Yeah? Listen to me and listen to me very carefully. Is level up on? Yeah. Kabam has never, not once, offered the yearly selector within the current year. That's just facts. Ever since I started doing them, whenever earliest time you will likely see a 2022 selector is going to be spring cleaning or some other offer in 2023. Not a single time has Kabam ever offered a yearly selector of the same year, champs. Oh, whoopsies. I meant tap on tech. So there will be no selector of 20. If there will be a selector, it's going to be 2021 selector. And yeah, everybody would just pick iDoom or Quicksilver for prestige, probably. '22 predictions, facts, of course. But yeah, I do think I'll be finishing up the morning stream because, you know, we don't have Battlegrounds, and it's time to go. Time to go. I think I feel as if I have answered majority of the questions, and truth be told, I also just kind of really need to go to the gents. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'm gonna catch you guys again. Yeah. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next month